Well, hello all my yoga friends. Welcome to Got Yoga. I'm Chris Gott, and today we're gonna be exploring camel pose, or what is the name of it in Sanskrit? Ustrasana, that's what camel pose is in Sanskrit. Now, this pose would be great to do at the very end when I tell you to do the crescendo of the beginner yoga backbend sequence that I will leave a link to below, or just do this pose after you've already kind of warmed up. You're pretty much all warmed up, so a good sun salutation would help before you're just gonna jump into this camel pose. So let's just go ahead and do camel pose together. I'm just gonna show you camel pose really quick, and then I'm gonna show you how to do camel pose with some props, which will help you out a lot. If you have 2 blocks, that would be great. If you can have 3 blocks, that would be even better. If not, if you have a bolster and a block, that would be great, or really thick books, or some sturdy pillows, 2 sturdy pillows, anything like that'll work. First thing I'm gonna do is bring my body right to the wall. My knees are hip distance apart, and obviously my feet are planted down. So the first thing I like to do is draw my navel up and back and broaden my collarbones. So you're lengthening the tailbone down as you lift the hip points up. And I do that, kind of starts to squeeze, the glutes start to engage a little bit there. I like to do this trick where I take my thumbs into my armpits and I lift up. So I pull up with my thumbs into my armpits. That really gets a nice lift in my chest. From here, I want to keep my hip points connected to the wall so that my lower back doesn't collapse. So I start by taking my hands to my back. I flip my fingers up, so I plant my palms down onto my lower back with the fingers starting to point up, not down. Broaden that collarbone, pull up through the hip points, and then you keep a lift in the chest and you keep shooting your hip points forward as you slowly start to lean back. If this is all you can do, then just do this. If you're starting to, you gotta listen to your lower back. So if you start feeling a pinching, back off and accept that this is where you are in your camel. If you can continue to lean back, you reach back for the heels and don't let the lower back collapse. Keep pushing the hip points forward, jetting the hip points forward. If it's uncomfortable for your head, you can leave it here, or if you are ready, you can start to lower the head down and find your breath here, which can be hard. To come out, lift your head up first, bring the hands back to the lower back and slowly lift up. So this wall is super helpful. It is your first good prop. Another thing, if you're having a hard time leaving the hips connected to the wall, then squeeze a block in between your inner thighs. And that's really going to help you draw the navel up and back, and it's going to start to engage the glutes for you. So if you're squeezing that block, it's going to help you lean back without collapsing. Now, if that's not your problem, and your problem is reaching back for your heels and your heels are just too far away, then you can bring some blocks to the outside of your ankles. Again, the hip points start on the wall. You lift the hip points, the glutes engage a little bit, and you bring a nice lift into the chest. Then you can bring the hands to the back, slowly start to lean back. Don't let the head drop yet. And then instead bring your hands onto these blocks. The fingertips point away from you, and then maybe you let the head drop back. And then you come back to your lower back and you lift up. So you can also have a bolster here where these blocks are draping over the backs of your calves. Bring your hands onto that, or those thick pillows I was talking about. The important thing here is to not let the hip points start to tilt this way. Energy drawing up through the tops of the thighs all the way up to the top of the head. Keep that energy as you lean back. So those are my tips for camel. If you're a beginner, definitely squeeze the block between your inner thighs. And if you don't have another block to reach back for your heels, then just grab a bunch of pillows, a bunch of thick books to lean back and reach. And just, sometimes you just really just need to just stay connected to the wall and accept this as your camel. This is a great camel to start off with. Anywho, if you would like to practice yoga with me in real time via Zoom, which is kind of like Skype, we can yoga together via a group class or one-on-one. I'm gonna leave a link below for that. So we can do yoga together, you know, in the comfort of your own home. If you love yoga, wiener dogs, and people who explore around in their van, then go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Yogi Van Ween. I'll also leave a link for the beginner yoga backbends class. And I will see you next time, friends. Enjoy your day or evening.